Hey guys, I'm live. I'm happy you guys are tuning in. I hope that people come on and listen to that because last week we talked about the pre-approval. It was a longer video. This video I'm by myself. As you can see, it's me and the white walls. I'm not going to take that long today. I'm only going to be talking about the importance of doing. Okay, so yesterday I asked a poll on my Instagram. And I'm like, okay, after you get pre-approved, what do you do? Do you start the online home search or do you do a buyer consultation with a realtor, a licensed realtor, of course, not somebody that says that they're realtors when they're not really. So it's funny because although 73% of the people on my Instagram said, oh, of course, you should start with a buyer consultation, there was another like 25% that were like, oh no, you start the online home search. So out of the 73% that said that they should start the online home search when they're pre-approved, some of them are realtors or lenders who they don't count. I don't count them in my poll. So I would say that probably like 50% of people said that after you get pre-approved, you start the online home search. And I see that a lot. I mean, after, let's say I have a client and then they need a mortgage, I send them to the lender and then they get pre-approved, and then I get like emails of properties and like lists and text messages, and I'm like, guys, relax, okay? Because after you get pre-approved, you should do a mortgage, like a buyer consultation with your realtor, the one that you chose, because once you get pre-approved, you want to make sure that you find a realtor that you vibe with and a realtor that's going to educate you and that you can feel comfortable with. So what you need to do is do a consultation with them. So a lot of people are like, do I need to do a consultation? Why can't we just, start looking at homes? Okay, so let me just give you guys, a quick anecdote. Well, not an anecdote, like a quick real situation of real life. If I get a buyer and the buyer's like, hey, I want like a 3-2 in Cutler Bay. So, real story. I go on the MLS now, I write Cutler Bay, and I write 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. How many results do you think I'm gonna get? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of houses on the market that are 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms in Cutler Bay. Or someone says, oh, I just want like this cute condo in Miami Beach. I'm pre-approved for $300,000. All right. If we don't do a consultation, I'm just going to send you 200 properties for you to look at. How overwhelming can that be? So I actually make it mandatory for anyone who wants to work with me to do a buyer consultation. It's basically just about an hour maximum, depending on how many questions the buyer has. It's about an hour with me. We can do it on the phone, we can do it Skype, we can do it FaceTime, but if you're in Miami, I like to meet up with you. We can meet up at my office where I am right now. I can go to your job. We can meet at Starbucks, we can meet for breakfast, we can meet for lunch, we can meet for like a quick happy hour. I don't care. It's really for me to figure out what you need. I have my own questionnaire that I created that's about like 6 or 7 pages. It's just questions, it's just me getting to know you as the buyer better so that I can help you better finding real estate. And a lot of my clients can, especially the buyers, they can tell you that, because we had the consultation, instead of looking at like 20 homes, we looked probably at like 8 homes, and then we ended up putting an offer on 1, just because it helps me narrow down everything. So if I do a search, I come up with hundreds of homes online, okay? So the consultation, some of the questions I ask you are, when do you want to be in your home? Because that helps me with the timeline. That helps me figure out, okay, now it's July. If you tell me you need to be in a home in September, then we need to start like yesterday. But if you tell me, listen, I want to be in my home by November, then it gives me more time to figure out, okay, when could we start scheduling the showings? When can we start looking? We have a little bit more time to find you a home. So it helps me figure out the timeline. It also helps me figure out who's going to live at the property. It looks like nothing, but I can know someone for like a long time, but I don't know that their mother and that their father live with them, right? I don't know that. So it's a good opportunity for me to find out who's going to be at your home. It's also a good opportunity for me to find out if you have like a side job or you need like equipment to put away. Like, just to give you guys a quick story, he probably knows it. So I know this guy named Joaquin. He's an IT guy, but then turns out this guy's also a DJ. I didn't know that. I know that now, but I didn't know he's a DJ. So if he's a DJ, he's gonna have DJ equipment. So he's probably going to need a garage or a shed or whatnot. So all of that really just helps me figure out who you are as a person, who your family is, what you need, why do you need this neighborhood, or why do you not need a neighborhood. And it also helps me be more realistic with you. So if you're pre-approved for, let's say, 400,000, and you tell me I want a 5-bedroom in Coconut Grove, I might tell you, maybe we're gonna have to look maybe at another area, or do you have extra cash that you can, because Coconut Grove is a more expensive neighborhood. It also helps me figure out, if you tell me, listen, the schools are really, really important to me, and I don't mind living like in a smaller space just as long as the schools are good. Hey, I can figure out, okay, this neighborhood or that neighborhood might be good for you. Another thing that's really important, I'm sorry, my laptop I need to charge my laptop. It's gonna die. Is it charging? Yeah, it's charging, sorry. It also helps me kind of like give people a reality check sometimes, because some people really want a neighborhood, and then when they have children, thank you, Nick. I have another realtor saying that they're really important. He's 100% right. So there's people that have no idea that a neighborhood doesn't have good schools, or if you can't afford to put your kids in private schools, then you have to make sure that you live somewhere where the schools are good, that the school ratings are good. And I'm giving you guys a free tip. There's a website called greatschools.org. So greatschools.org, and you can plug in any address and you're gonna get the assigned schools and the school ratings, okay? So it also helps me assess your motivation. So as a realtor, I'm a full-time realtor, okay? I don't do this part-time. I'm not an airline hostess. This is my full-time job, okay? I'm not doing this so I don't wanna be driving around for months if the person doesn't really want to move, or if the person is like, oh, maybe not, like I'm fine where I am, No, I don't have time for that. I have a child, I have a 4-year-old that I need to feed. This is my job. This is how I make my money. I give it 200%. So if someone is not ready now, I don't want to waste my time now. I can help them, give them tips, maybe start sending them a couple properties just so that they can have an idea of the market. But if they're only going to be buying in December, we're going to start going into it more intensely end of September or beginning of October. Okay, so one question that I had is, how much do you charge as a realtor? So very important for everyone to know, when you're buying a property, or even when you're renting a property, right? Your realtor, you do not pay them. So I'm basically working with people for free, for buyers and renters, because I only get paid, and the seller or the landlord pays a commission once you move in, that's for a rental, or once you close on your property. So basically, the consultation, the driving around, the showing you property, the negotiation of the offer, all of that could all fall into like the garbage if we don't close in the end. So that's why I think the consultation for me is the most important thing after the pre-approval, because it really helps me determine. It also might help me determine, maybe I don't really vibe with those people. Maybe this other realtor would be better for them, and I'll happily suggest them to this other realtor, because let's say I have someone that's like, hey, I really want Miami Beach. I want like the northern part of Miami Beach. And I'm an honest realtor. So for me, I'm honest, so I'll be like, listen, I don't focus on that area of town. If it's a quick rental or something easier, yes, but if you're really looking to buy a home and you need to know more about the area, this is really not my specialty. I might refer you to, example, Nick Quay, who's looking at my live right now. He specializes in those beach areas, and he'll be a better fit to help you find a place in that. And I've had situations where the client is like, no, but I absolutely want to work with you. What I'll do is that I'll go in collaboration with another realtor. We'll do like 50-50 or whatnot, and we'll work together for that client, just because I want to provide them the best service. I don't want to pretend like I know an area when I don't, okay? So one thing, so a lot of people are asking me, do we have to do it in person? I have a busy schedule, etc. So you can text me, email me. If you don't have time to meet up with me for a consultation, again, we're all very busy. And even if your lunchtime is like half an hour and you're always in a rush, what we can do it over the phone. It takes about, over the phone is a little bit quicker. It takes maybe half an hour, like 40 minutes over the phone, or even less. If you're really straight to the point, it can be quicker. I've done consultations over Skype or FaceTime. So, I just ask people, try to block like 40 minutes, even if it's after 8 p.m. or really early in the morning, I'll make time for you. And then I've even helped people. I've even done consultations over Skype and FaceTime with people, and I ended up choosing the home for them, and they ended up only coming for the closing. So that's happened to me a lot. So what's another question that I got? Oh, so after, during the consultation, do you ask some personal questions? Yes, I do. So how can I know you and what you need in a home? So your home is probably one of your biggest investment for most people. I need to know your life, okay? I need to know what you hate in a home. I need to know why you hate them. Like if you tell me, oh, I don't want carpet. Okay, why do you not want carpet? Because there's situations where we can remove the carpet and put floors. If you tell me, first of all, like I'm allergic to carpet, I have animals, and I don't have the budget to change the flooring when I move into a home because, I'm putting all my life savings into this home. All right, this really helps me narrow the search down for you. Because again, taking my example of Cutler Bay from the beginning, there's hundreds of homes available there. But if you tell me, I don't want carpet, I need a more renovated kitchen, I absolutely need a garage, and I don't want to be on the lake, this narrows it down with your budget to probably maybe 20 homes max. And then out of those 20 homes, I'm going to look at them to make sure that, I find one that I think is going to fit with you. And at the same time, you can do your own search. And again, we'll talk about that more in the future, but it just helps me narrow everything down because I don't like to waste my time. I don't like to waste your time. I feel like taking a couple of days to start looking at the homes is already very tiring. So we want to make sure that we get, the most relevant ones. And for me to get the most relevant ones, you need to make that 1 hour investment to do the consultation with me. It's free of charge, guys. Like if a realtor charges you for a consultation, I don't know what to tell you, but maybe some other realtors do charge it. But I personally do not charge because I will get paid at closing. I do believe in myself. I believe in my abilities as a realtor to find my clients their perfect home or to match them with a realtor who will. So why would I charge for like 1 hour? I mean, even other industries like some doctors, some surgeons, or even for your hair, if you want to change your hair color, you get a free consultation because that's what helps determine the outcome. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Again, it is mandatory if you want to work with me. Again, we can do it over the phone. I've had there's people that I have even sent a questionnaire for them to fill out online for the buyer consultation. But then again, I need a phone call. I need to get to know you a little bit before finding you one of the biggest investments of your life. This is not a joke. This is not a lottery ticket. It's not a $100 thing or a $10,000 thing. It's a 300 plus investment, right? It's really big. So I want to make sure that I'm there to help you. And also one last thing I want to add, it helps you set the expectation with me, okay, as a realtor. So there's clients that tell me, listen, don't text me. Like I hate text messages. I'm never going to answer them. If you really want to contact me, please call me. I'm going to pick up my phone. I have other clients that are like, listen, if you call me all the time, I never pick up my phone. I'm always busy with clients or whatever. Text me and I'll answer you right away. Or people will be like, listen, the best way to reach me is through email. Or I have people that say, listen, I'm the one paying, but my wife is the one choosing. So do everything through her. Like I need to get to know you guys, and you guys need to set the expectation with me. I have people that tell me, listen, we want to make sure that when we write you, that you write back quickly. Or some people might say, you know what, even if we're looking in 2 months, we want you to give us an update on the market, let's say weekly or bi-weekly. You need to set the expectation for your realtor because we're working, again, we only get paid at closing when we're helping a buyer. So if you help us with your expectations, then it can avoid miscommunications and potential fights or whatever could happen, or misunderstandings during the transaction. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I told you guys it was going to be quick. If you have any other questions, you can always DM me, message me. I'm usually pretty good at answering messages, either on Facebook or DMs on Instagram, because I'm on Instagram and Facebook Live right now. And By the way, the video that I did with the mortgage lender, I put it up on YouTube, and it's, if you look on Facebook, I saved it on my Facebook, like I didn't delete it or anything. So if you guys have more questions about the lending and the mortgage process, I really encourage you to go look at that video. It's long, it's about an hour. You can skip through it if you want, but it was very, very useful information because, and even with the buyer consultation, unless you're a cash buyer, I do not do a consultation. And even if you're a cash buyer, I need to see the proof of funds. I want to make sure that, you know, you actually really do have the money. Hello, girl. You know, some people that logged in. So even before the consultation, I want you to come to the consultation with your pre-approval. I want it in my email inbox because I wanted the entire consultation could, you know, amount to nothing if I don't know what you can afford. Because if we start talking about neighborhoods and then you're approved for $150,000, there's not a lot of places you can go to, unfortunately. Okay, so if you have questions, I'm here to help. Sarah Desamours, your residential realtor in Miami. I don't really do Fort Lauderdale, only if it's investors from Canada, because I know you guys are only coming down for a couple of days, and because the drive is a little long for me. But yeah, so if you're living in Fort Lauderdale and want a realtor, I can refer you to amazing ones. Okay, so bye guys. Thanks for coming. Bye.